Donald Trump just admitted something that confirms what many have been warning about for years. He sees himself not just as a president, but as someone at war with America itself. It wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a declaration that reveals how he views his power, his opponents, and even the very structure of democracy. What's shocking is that this happened inside the Oval Office, yet somehow it's treated like business as usual. Any other president making statements like these would spark outrage, but with Trump, it's almost expected, and that is what makes it so dangerous. One of the clearest signs of this mindset came when his close ally, Kash Patel, was seen carrying note cards with phrases like "hold the line" and "go fight." That's not the language of governing, it's the language of war. Trump himself then reinforced that same tone in his remarks. He claimed federal forces were being sent into cities like Chicago and Memphis as though these places were enemy territory. He described the situation as a war, saying they were studying these cities like military battlefields and preparing to go for the big one. But who are the enemies in this so-called war? They aren't foreign nations, they're American citizens living in major cities, most of them Democratic strongholds. That's where the threat to democracy becomes clear. If troops are placed in blue cities under the pretense of fighting crime, it normalizes the idea of federal forces being present in local communities during an election year. It sets the stage for declaring irregularities, seizing voting machines, or intimidating voters. If someone wanted to manipulate the outcome of an election, this would be a very effective first step. Trump also made comments that raised eyebrows when he casually floated the idea of a closed country. No clear explanation was given, just the suggestion that America itself would be shut down under his watch. Coming from the president, that kind of statement is more than careless. It sounds like a threat aimed at political opponents, with the hint that national power could be used as a weapon. Then there's the matter of TikTok. Trump openly admitted that China wanted the app to stay in the U.S. and that he kept it open. He framed this as a win for young people, but it ignores the national security risks of allowing a foreign adversary to control one of the most influential media platforms in America. Instead of protecting the country, Trump bragged about doing exactly what China wanted. That's not leadership, it's negligence. On top of this, he once again attacked the First Amendment. Trump ranted about lawsuits against media companies, complaining that negative coverage of him amounted to cheating. But criticism of leaders is the cornerstone of a free society. In America, the press has the right to scrutinize those in power, whether it's flattering or not. Trump's attempt to redefine criticism as an attack on free speech shows his hostility toward accountability. He doesn't want freedom of the press. He wants loyalty, something more common in authoritarian regimes like Russia, China, or North Korea. And despite branding himself as the president who would end forever wars, Trump also hinted at wanting to put troops back into Afghanistan to retake areas abandoned after the U.S. withdrawal. It's a complete reversal of his earlier promises, proving once again that his positions shift depending on what benefits him in the moment. Even when investigations or charges don't go the way he wants, Trump's instinct is to fire prosecutors or officials who won't bend to his demands. That's not law and order. That's using the justice system as a personal weapon. Years ago, these actions would have triggered impeachment hearings immediately. Today, are the constant noise of Trump's chaos. They barely make headlines. This is why his latest words matter so much. Trump isn't just making offhand comments. He's showing us how he truly sees the country. To him, cities filled with Americans are war zones, criticism is treason, and power is a weapon to crush opponents. That's not democracy, it's authoritarianism creeping in through the back door. The danger isn't just in what he says, but in how normalized it has become. When a president openly talks about war with his own citizens, about closing down the country, about silencing critics, and about siding with foreign adversaries, that should alarm everyone, regardless of political party. The question now isn't whether Trump has revealed his intentions. He has. The real question is whether America will take him seriously this time, or if once again it will be brushed off as just another day.